So review of this GardePro trail camera. I'm going to show you some of the results first. Right now I have it cabled up USB to my laptop, and here are a bunch of the different videos and clips. I'm just going to open a couple up and show you. So this one actually right here, I set this up this morning outside, and you can see right here where my mouse is a little squirrel that obviously tripped it. And I have it set right now to record 30-second clips. So what it appears to do is when it sees motion, it will record for 30 seconds and it'll stop itself automatically, something along those lines, until the next time it's tripped and there's another video. So here's everything you receive. You receive the unit, instructions, and in the box you also have this strap so that I guess you can tether it to a tree through these, which I haven't done yet. They do have a mounting hole in the bottom here, but they don't have anything to utilize that. So what they give you is the strap. So you have the little USB cable. I was using a different one when I hooked it up to my laptop, and the instructions. And I want to point out in the instructions, there's some things that are worth reading. You know, they do mention if you're using rechargeable batteries, you might have some poor performance because some rechargeable batteries are only 1.2 volts. So there's some good information in here. The instructions are actually better than I've seen in anything lately. These appear to have been written by somebody that actually speaks the language. So when you receive the unit, the first thing you have to do is you tear off some little plastic protectors, and then inside here you open it up with that nice little latch. And this is plastic, but it feels pretty good, and the latch is pretty good quality. So in here you do have a screen. I haven't taken the little protection thing off of it yet, and you're going to have to open this up like so, and you're going to have to put in 8 batteries. And they do give recommendations on the batteries. I just used alkaline ones that I had available. And you have to put a memory card in here. So then you would slide it to turn it on. And literally, if you're going to take the default settings, the only other thing you're going to have to do is hit the start button, close it up. It sets a timer, I think like around 30 seconds or so. You position it, and then you're in business with the default settings. But I went through and very quickly just hit the menu. And then from here, when I put the memory card in, there was one thing that I had to do. And it was included in the instruction. I had to scroll all the way down here. And I did set the date and the time. All this stuff is pretty intuitive. And in addition to that, format SD card. So it did not recognize my 64 gig SD card that I put in there. So I just basically had to navigate here, hit a couple little buttons. So I would have had to hit the OK key, and I was in business. And like I said, I did go through some of these different settings, and I just changed some things. Like I changed my time format. I set my date and time. And I believe I set the sensitivity and side motion sensors, etc. So then I went and I looked at the instructions. So I'm going to play with it for a little bit longer. I currently have it set up to record both videos as well as photos, and everything seems to be working very, very well. So now that I've played with it for a couple days, both inside and outside, I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to the settings. And but so far, I'm quite impressed with it. This is the second one of these I've had. The first one was frankly a piece of junk that I never wound up using. That was a couple years ago though. This one, I really don't need the internal screen except for do these settings because I prefer to hook it up to the laptop. But it seems to be substantial. The quality of this hinge is very, very nice. I'm not overly fond of only having this option to lash it to a tree. I wish there was something else that I could somehow utilize that, but I'm sure I can come up with some other way to mount it because I intend to put this outside, have it pointed at my house. It claims that it has a very long range, so I'll play with that with the sensors, and I'll update any more comments in my review. Initially, I'm quite impressed with it, and if I recall, the price was quite reasonable for it.